Hi, we'd like to thank you for tuning in to the World Boxing Review radio show. My name is Aaron Snowell. They call me the Hall of Fame trainer of champions as we travel the world for past, present, and future stars. And coming to you live from Tampa, Florida, we like to say today is the day for the big event over in Saudi Arabia, Usyk versus Tyson Fury, the rematch. This is the second fight with Tyson Fury weighing in at 281 pounds, a 55-pound weight advantage that he has on Usyk. Will that weight make the difference in the fight? That's what we're going to see tonight. The bouts have just started not too long ago. It was supposed to start at 10:30 over in Saudi Arabia. Later on this afternoon, the main event around about 5 o'clock on East Coast time here in the States. But man, this is a great matchup. The first fight was exciting with Usyk pulling off the victory over Tyson Fury. Will Usyk be able to handle the size of Tyson Fury? It looks like what Tyson, from a trainer's perspective, it looks like Tyson Fury thinks, from what I'm seeing, that if his weight is heavy, he can wear Usyk down. But as you well know, Usyk is a well-conditioned fighter. Going down the stretch, Usyk outpaces and outfights a lot of his opponents, and he did that in the first fight with Tyson Fury. Going down the stretch, he just out hustled Tyson Fury to get the victory. Will the size slow Tyson Fury down? Is he in dynamite shape with that size? We'll see that also tonight. But I want to say this, in boxing, there's an old term. It ain't by size that you win or you fail. It's the size of the fight that you have in your heart. Without a doubt, Tyson Fury got a big heart, and he can fight at this level, being a former undisputed heavyweight champion in the same way as Usyk. But I think Usyk's pace that he sets in these fights, if Tyson Fury can make the fundamental adjustment style-wise with the southpaw, great southpaw are just hard and difficult to beat, is because of that southpaw stance, that they have. You have to keep making adjustments, keeping that foot on the outside. Watch for the straight left hand or the overhand left, that as an orthodox fighter, you're not used to seeing those kind of punches coming at you. And sometimes it's a hard adjustment to keep that foot and things on the outside. For Usyk is going to have to watch out for Tyson Fury's 1-2 punch that he has. A straight left hand, which is a straight right hand, is an enemy to a southpaw. And let's see if Usyk has an answer for that straight right hand before, or that uppercut. I believe he ran into an uppercut before, and let's see if he can avoid running into an uppercut this time. See if he made the adjustments by watching the tapes of the fight, that he can overcome that uppercut shot like he did the first time. And if Tyson Fury has made the adjustment to keep his feet on the outside of that southpaw stance, where he can land that straight right hand. That's what we're going to wait and see tonight at 5. And boy, is it going to be an exciting fight with that matchup. Well, let's take it to Orlando, Florida. Last week, the WBA with Gilberto Mendoza Jr., with the WBA, who's the president, they had their convention. What an exciting time. We covered it live, and it was an exciting time to meet up with Gilberto Mendoza Jr. and the governing bodies of the WBA, and the great champions that they had there, like Bernard Hopkins, Carissa Shields, Tito Trinidad, Christy Martin. The list goes on and on of even Jake Paul. He showed up there. So, man, it was a great time to see all the stuff that was going on, the ratings, chairman, people battling and jockeying for position. And also they had this fitness program from these Spanish people that are teamed up with the WBA from over there in Spain with a kids program to see like a boxing fit program that they plan on, they're doing in Spain, and they're planning to take this boxing fit all around the world for kids. What a great thing to do for the young. Today's zero's tomorrow's hero, and you have to invest in the young because they're the future. What great. And just a few days before the WBA convention started, we'll take it to Hamburg, Germany. The WBC also had a parade of former champion, second to none, with Lennox Lewis, a former undisputed heavyweight champion, him being there, Michael Moore, and naming some awards that they gave out to some promoters and sponsors, such as Turk Al-Sheikh from Saudi Arabia, who is the man of the hour, who's putting on and hosting that great heavyweight championship tonight over in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And it is the reason for the season. And we want to say peace be on to each and every one of you for the season. In Arabic, Assalamu alaikum, raktu barakatuh, which is the peace and blessings be upon you, and the extra peace and blessings be upon you. Boy, this it's going to be exciting over there. But thanks, Mauricio Suleiman, who is president of the WBC. They voted him in again. And boy, the legacy of that Suleiman family with the WBC, it's stand up and holding rightful so. So as the year's closing here at the World Boxing Review, we're going to be going back through 2024 to look and see who the fighter of the year, promoter of the year, the best fight of the year, which at the end of the year, everyone wants to look at to see who's going to get those kind of accolades that goes along with boxing. It's going to be exciting to look back at all the fights for this year and see, like Eddie Hearns, Frank Warren, those great promoters, Bob Burnham, and things that put on a lot of fights, to see who put on the best fights for the year, or just a promoter that a fight happened on the card and it was an exciting fight that made it fight of the year. So we're going to be looking at all of that, and we're going to be talking about all of that as this year comes to a close. And we're not too far away from Christmas. And we want to say to each and every one of you, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's. And we're coming up, a dear fighter of mine that I used to train, Frankie Randall, during this time on December 23rd, 2020, a few years back. The Lord called him home and he passed. And every year I like to do a special that I normally do on Frankie Randall, that I trained him. He had suffered boxing dementia, and he lost his life from boxing dementia. And we feel it's necessary to keep his name alive, to make fighters realize that boxing is not a joke. It's real, even though some clowns show up every once in a while and wants to make like it's fun and play. But boxing is a serious game, and it must be looked at in a serious manner, making sure people that are participating in the game, that are serious about the game, understanding the rules and regulation, and understanding how important it is to train to be in great shape. And this is what these boxing organizations do, from the IBF, who I had a pleasure to talk with Darryl People, who's going into Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame next year, and the WBA with Gilberto Mendoza, and the WBC with Mauricio Suleiman, is that safety is first and foremost in the sport of boxing. And we have to look at that uh, all the time and keep making adjustments that we need to make with rules and regulations to have the boxers, the trainers, the managers, the promoters make sure they are stickler to follow the rules for safety of the fighter. That's one, and it's a number one that we all must think about. We all must do. If you're going to participate in the game, it's not a clown's game, it's a serious game, and people get seriously injured sometimes. And even sometimes death crosses our path, just like life in a fight. So that's why it should be looked at seriously. So I want each and every one of you to think about that. I know at the WBA convention, they had a serious talk about training and the different things that are going on in boxing, about men fighting women and women fighting uh, men that are supposed to be men, that are women that are trying to fight and compete. I think the WBA did an excellent job at bringing all of that to the surface, and I thank them for having that kind of seminar to make people aware of the science that goes behind all of that, and the science that goes along with sports training, sports specific stuff. So it was great to hear that. I know the WBA and the WBC all have those type of things going on in their organization, along with the IBF, the WBO, is to make sure that they're on the cutting edge of the sport. So we also want to say yesterday I had the pleasure to be down at Hulk Hogan's Hangout with Khalila Camacho Ali, a former wife of Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all times. She was there. She asked me to come down there and be with her. She knows me since I was a young man, a kid, and she's touting her book named Undefeated. You know, it's her story. So if you can, it's online. Go look at it, read it. It's a good read, an easy read. And boy, does she tell the story of her life of forgiveness and things that happen with people and marriages and trials and tribulations called life. It's a good read, and I think you should go look at that. But we'd like to thank you for tuning into the World Boxing Review radio show today. And we'll be right back here in 2025. And without further ado, you know, the Black History Month that we do every year, a free event up at Muhammad Ali's former training camp in Deer Lake, Pennsylvania, now called Fighters Heaven. We'll do that event. It's going to be February 26th, starts at 11 to 3:45, 4 o'clock. We have to finish up, but it's a free event. A lot of champions are going to be there. Some of the presidents from the boxing organization, regular fighters, boxing fans from all over come and emerge every year for this event. And we're inviting you to come there and seek the entertainment, go down memory lane, and witness this great historical site in boxing, where Muhammad Ali trained for all of his big fights, the Thriller in Manila, the Rumble in the Jungle, those fights that he won. So please come enjoy the festivities with us. And if you can, come and participate. If you got a story about Muhammad Ali or you touch you in some way, we have open mic session of the program where you can get up there and tell your story to all the people that are there. So thank you for tuning into the World Boxing Review radio show. My name is Aaron Snowell. They call me the Hall of Fame trainer of champion. And we travel the world for past, present, and future stars.